This video will show you the actual test of SAVIORE-M Plus fire extinguishing performance. The shooting of this video was witnessed by lawyer Cheng Xuan Hao of no any editing, visual effects, post-production. The shooting process and materials used are 100% real. Combustible materials fire is the fires involving combustible solids such as wood, paper, plastics. The test method is using gasoline to ignite the waste paper, waiting for few seconds for the fire to reach high temperature, then starting to extinguish the fire. The two screens show the fire extinguishing performance of SAVIORE-M Plus and dry powder respectively. It can be seen that there is not much difference in fire extinguishing performance. However, using dry powder fire extinguishers will make a large amount of powder in the air. SAVIORE-M Plus does not have any powder, it's easier to clean up. Real cooking oil fires are usually caused by forgetting to turn off the stove, causing the cooking oil to heat up to the auto ignition temperature and catch fire. In the testing, after the cooking oil to auto ignition, just after 40 seconds, the fire was already so big that it's impossible to be solved by covering the lid or a wet towel. It's even difficult to get closer. The purpose of not turning off the stove in the video is to simulate the extreme situation of being nervous, panicked and not realizes to turn off the fire, or the fire is too big to get close to. The SAVIORE-M Plus on the left screen can still successfully extinguish the fire under continuous heating, and it will not reignite after stop spraying. The dry powder on the right screen, regardless of whether it sprays intermittently or continuously, the cooking oil fire will reignite, because the principle of dry powder is to block oxygen, but the cooking oil has reached its auto ignition temperature. As long as the dry powder dissipates, the cooking oil will reignite by contacting with oxygen again. In fact, dry powder cannot be used on cooking oil fires. We test in this way because most people don't know. Flammable liquids fire is the fires involving flammable liquids, such as gasoline, diesel, kerosene, etc. We poured gasoline on the real car body and used a large fire area to simulate the situation of a car accident where the fuel tank ruptured and a fire occurred. The SAVIORE-M Plus on the left screen has the abilities of cooling down, isolating oxygen and decomposing gasoline molecules. Sprayed areas will not reignite and the fire will gradually become smaller. The dry powder on the right screen, the principle of it is to isolate oxygen. Although the fire can be extinguished temporarily, but the dry powder dissipates quickly, when gasoline contact with oxygen again, the fire could easily burn back. Electrical equipment fire is the fire on the object energized. When extinguishing the fire, it's not only the danger of fire when extinguishing, but also avoiding current leakage that affects personal safety. Because the current cannot be filmed, we quote the official test standards for most countries in the world. Spraying at 35,000 volt of high voltage electricity from 50 centimeters distance, and 100,000 volts of high voltage electricity from 90 centimeters distance. In both cases, the leakage current must not exceed 0.5 milliamps to be considered qualified. SAVIORE-M Plus passed the official test of this condition.